Assalamu alaikum guys and welcome to Discover Tens. Pacific is too vast. It extends from the Arctic Ocean in north and is bounded by the continents of Asia and Australia in the west and the Americas in the east. It covers the one-third of total area of Earth and is bigger than the total land area of Earth. Pacific is mostly empty except for some islands that are scattered in it. And in this big ocean, if you get lost, there is no chance anybody will ever find you. This is the story of unlucky José Salvador Alvarenga who got lost in Pacific for approximately 14 months. He was one of the most unluckiest person who got lost in Pacific Ocean. So the story starts here. On 17 November, Alvarenga set out from the fishing village of Costa Azul off the coast of Mexico. He was accompanied by an inexperienced Cordoba who was joining him for the first time. They both didn't know each other. Alvarenga was an experienced fisherman. They both planned to went out for 30 hours fishing. Their ship was 7 meters long, which was having a motor, a refrigerator for storing fish with no roof. Their boat was small and simple with not enough things to cope with the incident which was coming ahead. They both knew that a storm was coming, but they still decided to go for it. They went 120 kilometers away from the coast to fish, but as they started fishing, the storm hit and they feared their boat could sink. So they cut off the nets and started moving back towards the shore. But the storm had badly damaged the motor of their boat. They were approximately 6 hours away from the coast. After sailing 96 meters, they were just 24 kilometers away from the coast, and they could easily see the mountains on the horizon. But then, their awful luck struck them, and the motor of boat stopped working and died. Alvarenga managed to call his boss through radio and tell him his position, and his boss told him that they were coming, but then another bad luck struck them, and the battery of radio also died. Now having no oars, no anchor, no running lights, and no other ways to contact shore, the boat begins drifting across the open Pacific Ocean. Now they watched the mountains of horizon slowly disappear. Imagine how much frustrated they must be that they were so close to the shore and their motor died. Their boss organized a search party, but due to poor visibility and they both drifted a lot away in West Pacific and no traces of the man, the search party gave up and stopped looking for them. After 5 days, winds have blown them 450 kilometers away from the coast before settling down. These two knew that they had no chance of being spotted from the air because their ship was so small and they do not have a flare gun on anything through which they can signal for the rescue. That's why they knew that they have a very slight chance of being rescued. Much of their fishing gear was damaged during storm, leaving Alvarenga and Cordoba with only a handful of basic supplies and little food. Now the only food they had to eat was fishes, turtle, jellyfishes and seabirds which Alvarenga managed to catch with his bare hands. And they both occasionally found the plastic bottles floating in the sea. Now they drank the rainwater they collected, but mostly they drank the turtle's blood and their own urine. Now days passed, weeks passed, months passed. They both did not have any other place to move rather than that small boat, with having nobody else to talk except one person and nothing to see except vast ocean, which is surrounded them by all sides, and they have no ways of entertaining themselves. After 4 months, according to Alvarenga, the companion of Alvarenga, Cordoba, refused to eat anything because he had got sick from all the stuff they had to eat all the time, and hence he starved to death. Alvarenga said that he contemplated suicide for 4 days after Cordoba died, but that it was his strong religious faith that ultimately preventing him from doing so. Alvarenga claims that Cordoba made him promise not to eat his corpse when he died, so Alvarenga kept Cordoba's corpse on the boat and even spoke to it. After 6 days, Alvarenga realized his own insanity and threw the corpse overboard. Now Alvarenga was alone in the sea with no one else inside except vast Pacific Ocean. The part where Alvarenga was, that was very quiet part of ocean, and rarely any ship passed through that place. Alvarenga still claims that he saw a ship when he was alone, and that was a cargo ship. Alvarenga says that 4 men on board even saw him and even waved at him, but they kept moving and did stop from him. Imagine being lost at ocean for such a long time, then you encounter a ship which went right past you even after seeing you. After 11 months, Alvarenga had traveled about 8,000 kilometers. He kept track of time by counting the phases of the moon. After counting his 15th lunar cycle on 30th January 2014, he spotted some coconuts, and he knew that a land was nearby. So he started drifting towards that place, because birds were also landing on the ship, so he knew a land is nearby. He spotted the land, a tiny desolate island. He abandoned his boat and swam to the shore, which took him approximately half a day, where he stumbled upon a beach house owned by a local couple, knocked it and talked with a person after 9 months. The length of his voyage has been variously calculated as 8,900 to 10,800 kilometers. The Alvarenga reached Ebon Atoll, which is southern tip of Marshall Island, and this place is one of the most remote spots of the world. If he had missed this small little island, then the next destination he would have reached would be Philippines, which is approximately 5,000 more kilometers away, and it would have taken him more 8 months to reach Philippines. But here his luck worked, and he reached a very tiny island in West Pacific Ocean. Later he became healthy enough to be taken back to his home in El Salvador, but he got anemia, he had trouble sleeping, and he got fear of water. After then, he published his book, and he also got sued by the family of his companion who died on the boat for $1 million because they claimed that he ate him. Leave your comments below and suggestions for the next video. I hope you have got a lot of information from this video. Share this video with your friends and family. Like our video, click on red button to subscribe our channel, and press bell icon to get notifications about our new and amazing videos. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.